Hi, this is Mike Montpetit with Town & Country Realty. I'm the broker, owner, founder of a Cary-based real estate company serving the Triangle for 25 years. We have over 100 five-star Google reviews and over 2,000 happy buyers and sellers between myself and my teammates. So I would like to talk today about the importance of representation in light of all the changes that we're going through in our industry and who's going to survive and how things will be different. The ultimate story I'd like to leave with you is that there are 3 reasons why you need representation. And there's 3 kinds of representation. There's buyer representation, there's seller representation, and then there's no representation. So let's talk about buyer representation first. That is, if you have a good buyer's agent representing you, you can ask that agent any question as long as it doesn't violate fair housing rules. But they'll say, is this a good deal? I get calls from appraisers, from other agents wanting to know about pricing and condition and previous properties and experiences, how many offers I had. And I'm considered a repository of information from all of this experience. And there is no substitute for experience when you have a buyer agent representing you and a shortage of inventory. So I have an MBA in contract negotiations from Michigan State University. I was also a contract negotiator for IBM for 2 years in our special bids department at headquarters. And I was a buyer specialist. I have a buyer specialist who has 10 years experience with me and used to be an appraiser. So we have a lot of resources at our disposal so that we can give you a true value to help you make good decisions with your hard-earned money. The second type of agency representation is seller representation. And every seller that I know that gets top dollar has somebody representing them. It would be a fool who represented himself or herself to represent themselves as an attorney or to buy or sell their own home. In fact, our real estate commission recommends that if we're representing our own property to sell, it's automatically presumed to be misrepresentation, and you have to be very careful about saying the right things because you have superior knowledge and superior information about the property. So a lot of agents will even hire somebody else who is a good agent to take care of their real estate needs. And I always hire another professional if it's a property I'm buying or selling outside of our market area. And it's great, the cooperation we have. So a seller agent will put your interest above everybody else's in the transaction, including their own. They will also follow the code of ethics. And in my case, I served on the grievance council, professional standards, and worked in the leadership academy for our association to get to know the top decision makers and players in our industry. And it does come in handy when you're working with other agents because we cooperate yet we compete. It's an interesting industry and it all comes together if the playing field is leveled somewhat. Where does the showing begin if you're having a seller agent represent you? Where does the showing begin? That's the question when you're selling your home. It actually starts at the curb. It starts from the virtual tour. It starts from the great photographers who tell a story. It starts with the marketing. It starts with the whole package of everything that can be done to market and professionally promote the excitement of your home. So we have a proven, repeatable system backed by market research to help sellers get the most. And it's actually a price swing effect. So there's like 62 variables that can make the difference between tens of thousands of dollars on what you'll ultimately get in your pocket. And I strongly recommend having the best agent you can if you're doing an operation that's valuable for your health or selling a home, which can also be a pretty big operation. Because there's a lot of spinning plates, a lot of moving parts. And the third way of representing is having no representation. Oh my gosh, I pity the person who comes up against myself or another professional in our industry to try to negotiate their own deal and save the commission or whatever. we're going to represent the seller's best interest and not necessarily give that commission back to the buyer, but there will be some people who do that, and we have to present to them that they are giving up their rights, or they have the right to remain silent. Anything they say will be used against them to some extent, but it's more of a schmoozing and walking a balanced line with working with non-represented buyers, or in some cases sellers. So you kind of get what you pay for in our industry for services. If somebody has a lot of experience, it's worth it to hire them to really listen to your needs, understand what you need, just like Chris Voss, the best hostage negotiator in our country has ever seen, who wrote a book, Never Split the Difference. You really need someone who can understand the right questions to ask to structure a transaction that will represent the person that we're taking care of the best. So no representation is just a recipe for disaster. And there's multiple levels of representation. So a good real estate professional will be looking at multitasking all of the various factors in real time and responding quickly and timing the right responses so that you end up getting the best possible representation you can. You can go no representation. I would highly discourage it, and love to help you with your buying, selling, or investing needs.